Well, in case you missed it, Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco announced he will be running for governor of California. Well, here to discuss the campaign further is Sheriff Chad Bianco himself. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Good morning to you. So you were first elected sheriff in 2018 and re-elected in 2022 and have been a law enforcement professional for more than 30 years. What was the turning point for you to decide to run for governor?
There were a lot. There wasn't a turning point. It was just a culmination of things coming up to the head of we're going down the same path, the same destructive path with the same people that have caused our problems over the last 20 years. And it's almost like from my world, you don't lie. I mean, you tell the truth, you have integrity, you have honesty. And I'm listening to these politicians that are announcing that they're going to run for governor. And everyone knows the state is broken and they want to say they're going to fix it, but they're the ones that caused the problem in the first place. And that's not how things work. You don't get to cause a problem just so you can say you can fix it. And so I know that over the past year with Prop 36, California is searching for something different. They know we're in the wrong direction. And I think that I provide that leadership ability and that leader that they can look to for honesty and integrity. That's something that we haven't voted for in decades. We vote for personalities and we vote for special names, but we haven't voted for leadership in a very long time.
I want to talk about Prop 36 a little bit further because during Monday's announcement, you talked about how you were an advocate for Prop 36, which passed decisively in November. You talked about some of the problems facing the Golden State, such as the cost of living, high taxes, and homelessness. How would you go about tackling these sorts of issues?
Yeah, it's common sense. We know that regulation and taxation hurts businesses. I can't imagine that any business owner or anyone that works in a business in the state of California would vote for anyone except me, because we have to do something drastically different than what we have done over the past 40, 50, 60 years in California with businesses and with regulation and with anything, with the environment, with water. And as long as we continue down the same policies and the same paths, you can expect the exact same thing in California, if not worse, in 2 to 4 years. And that's what I'm offering, is that common sense approach, that voice of reason to say, look, we're doing the wrong thing. And our path forward now, our vision and our mission is different than what we've been before. We are going to actually care about Californians instead of special interests and our own agendas.
And even on your campaign website, it's interesting you point out how in the last 5 years, California has spent $24 billion on homelessness. And during that same time, California's unhoused population grew by 30,000 people, just to give our viewers some perspective. Of course, right now, a big talking point among Californians is the housing insurance market following those devastating wildfires that scorched LA last month. How would you prevent this from becoming a recurring problem? Because we keep on seeing it time and time again. What would you do as governor?
Yeah, thank you for that, because the current politicians, including our governor, and he's absolutely the worst, they want to blame the insurance company and say the insurance company is trying to make money and they're trying to do all these things. The fact is, the insurance companies for years have been telling California politicians that this day was coming because of their failed regulations, because of their failed environmental policies. And we must reverse those. We absolutely must change those horrific policies that only appease special interests. And those special interests, that certainly didn't cause the fire, that certainly didn't it had nothing to do with winds, but that fuel would not have been in place without all of this regulation that's caused it to be there in the last 20 years. The insurance companies knew it. They want to be here. They should be making a little bit of money, but they need to have the resources to take care of our residents, and they cannot do it with the politicians that are currently in place with the agendas that they have. We absolutely must take a completely different look at our government. Our government is not there for government. Our government is supposed to be there for our residents, and we lost track of that in California a long time ago.
Absolutely. Well, despite its status as a blue state this last election, we saw how California is trending more and more red, just comparing the elections over time. However, the last time residents in the Golden State voted for a Republican governor was in 2006 for Arnold Schwarzenegger's second term. What's your message to California residents on why you should be elected?
The mood for this campaign is going to be that we have to break this divide between Democrats and Republicans. The agenda of politicians is to divide us by emotion and by political party. And they want character, they want honesty, they want leadership ability taken out of the equation. So it here at least would try and make me seem irrelevant. But California, I think we are all tired of the status quo. We are all looking for something different, and we're going to vote this time for someone that cares about California rather than what party you belong to. The vast majority of Californians know that the state is failing, and we're all smart enough to realize that if we pick the same thing, we're going to keep failing. And I think that I'm going to offer that chance with what I've done in my past, with what I've done in Riverside County, and we're going to make a difference in California and turn this around.
And lastly, where can viewers go to learn more about you and your gubernatorial run?
Absolutely. Any of my social media pages, the easiest one is biancoforgovernor.com, and then Sheriff Bianco on Instagram and Twitter and the rest of social media.
Riverside County Sheriff and now gubernatorial candidate for California, Sheriff Chad Bianco, thank you so much again for your time.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.